A little girl watched her parents get murdered, and swallowed the only secret that could destroy a cartel. "15 years later, she returns not just for revenge, but to erase every man who thought she wouldn't survive. If you're a lover of action, betrayal, survival, explosions, and mind-blowing revenge movie recaps, you're in the right place. I cover the most intense and unforgettable action stories. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button to stay updated on all our latest uploads, just like this one. The movie begins in 1992 in Bogota, Colombia. A powerful cartel boss, Don Luis, says goodbye to his godson, Fabio Restrepo. Fabio wants to leave the cartel life for good. Don Luis pretends to accept this, but as soon as Fabio walks away, he orders his trusted man, Marco, to kill him. Fabio already senses danger. He quickly rushes home to his wife Alicia and their young daughter, Catalea. He knows they must leave immediately. Inside the house, Fabio removes a hidden microchip from a family photo and gives it to Catalea. He calls it her passport and writes down an address, telling her to show it to a man when she gets there. He also gives her a necklace with a flower pendant. He explains that the flower reminds him of his mother's orchids, which is why he named her Catalea. Before they can escape, Don Luis's men arrive and surround the house. Fabio realizes there is no way out. He tells Alicia to get the weapons ready so they can fight back. Before leaving, he tells Catalea he loves her, and she says it back. Gunfire suddenly fills the house. Catalea hides as she watches her parents fight bravely. Sadly, they are both killed right in front of her. Soon after, Marco arrives. He stands over Fabio's body and coldly says that no one leaves Don Luis. One of the men points a gun at Catalea, but Marco stops him. Instead, he tries to talk to her calmly, asking for a flash drive and making her father seem like a bad man. When he asks what she wants, Catalea shocks him. She stabs his hand and says she wants to kill Don Luis. She quickly escapes through a window, swallows the microchip to hide it, and runs. The men chase her through the busy streets, but she is fast and clever. She slips through tight spaces and eventually loses them. Later, she comes out of a manhole and follows her father's instructions. A soldier takes her into a secure building where she is questioned. She throws up the chip and gives it to an officer. After seeing what is on it, the officer sends everyone out and continues questioning her. When she calls it a passport, he understands its importance. Soon, she is placed on a private plane and flown to Miami. After receiving documents, she sneaks away from her escort and boards a bus to Chicago. In Chicago, Catalea travels alone to the address her father gave her. A man hears her story and informs Emilio, her uncle. At first, Emilio is busy, but when he hears her name, he quickly comes out and hugs her. Catalea breaks down in tears, and he assures her she is safe. The next day, she meets her grandmother, who warmly welcomes her. During breakfast, she learns that the room she slept in belonged to a cousin who was killed. When she hears the killer has been punished, she calmly tells Emilio that she wants to become a killer too. She asks him to train her, and he agrees, though he is hesitant. He also enrolls her in school. Catalea becomes angry, saying school has nothing to teach her. She believes he is not serious about helping her. To prove a point, Emilio suddenly fires a gun at a passing car. The car crashes, and people panic. Emilio uses this to show her how dangerous violence is. He tells her that if she only learns to shoot, she will die within 5 years. He explains that being a true killer requires understanding people, not just using weapons. He gives her a choice, a gun or a school bag. Catalea chooses the school bag, showing she understands. 15 years later, Catalea is now an adult. She crashes a car into police vehicles while pretending to be drunk. The police arrest her and take her to the station. She acts drunk and is placed in a cell. That same night, a criminal named Gennaro Rizzo is brought in. Catalea secretly begins her plan. She unlocks her cell using a hairpin, sneaks through the station, and disables part of the ventilation system. She knocks out a guard and enters Rizzo's cell. She forces him to open his shirt and then kills him. Before leaving, she draws a flower, the orchid symbol, on his chest. She then returns to her cell without being seen. The next morning, FBI agent Ross arrives to investigate. He is interested in the flower symbol, as it has appeared in many killings. He believes the killer is sending a message. Catalea is released and told she will face charges later. She avoids leaving fingerprints and changes her appearance before leaving. Ross studies the case and realizes the killings are not random. He believes the message is meant for someone powerful. At the same time, a CIA agent named Richard visits Don Luis and shows him news reports about the killings. Don Luis pretends it is nothing, but Richard suspects it is connected to Fabio's past. Don Luis becomes angry and blames Marco for not killing Fabio's entire family years ago. He orders him to fix the problem. Catalea continues her missions while living a double life. She has a boyfriend named Danny, who knows her as Jennifer. He cares about her deeply but feels she is hiding something. Emilio becomes worried about her actions. He confronts her and says she is acting recklessly. He warns her that revenge will only bring more trouble. Catalea argues that this is her choice. Eventually, Emilio says he regrets bringing her into this life. He cuts ties with her and tells her not to contact him or her grandmother again. This hurts Catalea deeply. Meanwhile, Ross discovers that the flower symbol is called Catalea and comes from Colombia. This clue brings him closer to the truth. Catalea travels to the Caribbean for another mission. Her target is a wealthy man named William Woodgard. He lives a luxurious life and throws parties often. Despite heavy security, Catalea enters his mansion through a shark pool. She marks him with the flower symbol instead of killing him immediately. When he tries to fight back, she traps him and causes him to fall into the shark tank, where he is killed. Back in Chicago, Danny unknowingly exposes her. A photo he shares leads to her identity being discovered. Ross finally identifies Catalea as the killer. The police track her location, and a SWAT team surrounds her apartment. Catalea reacts quickly. She sets traps, escapes through hidden paths, and avoids capture. Later, she goes to Emilio's home, hoping to reconnect. Instead, she finds him and her grandmother dead. Marco has found them first. Catalea is heartbroken. She decides to end everything by going after Don Luis directly. Catalea confronts Agent Ross at his home. She explains her past and how Don Luis destroyed her life. She demands his help in finding him. Ross says he cannot access that information, but Catalea threatens his family. Under pressure, Ross contacts Richard. At first, Richard refuses. But Catalea intervenes with a sniper and forces him to reveal Don Luis's location in New Orleans. Catalea prepares for the final battle. Armed with heavy weapons and trained dogs, she attacks Don Luis's mansion. She destroys vehicles, breaks through defenses, and kills many of his men using surprise and strategy. Marco hides Don Luis in a safe room while others search for her. Eventually, Catalea and Marco face each other. They fight fiercely. Marco is strong and skilled, but Catalea finally defeats him by stabbing him in the neck. Don Luis tries to escape in a van. As he drives away, his path is blocked. Catalea calls him using Marco's phone. He boasts that he cannot be killed. But she tells him he is exactly where she wants him. He then realizes he is trapped in the van with her trained dogs. With one command, the dogs attack and kill him, ending his reign. Days later, Agent Ross questions Danny. Danny tells him everything he knows. While waiting, Catalea calls Danny. She gives him a short time to ask questions. Danny asks her real name, and she finally says it, Catalea. He asks if she will ever return. She gives no clear answer. Instead of asking another question, Danny tells her he loves her. After the call, Catalea disappears once again. She boards a bus and leaves her past behind, finally we're free and ready to start a new life. Moral lessons from the movie is that revenge may feel powerful, but it often brings more pain than peace. The choices we make, even from pain, can shape or destroy our future. True strength is not just survival, but knowing when to let go and choose a better path. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. We also want to know what your thoughts are in the comments section. Thanks for watching.